what do all of these have in common, right? Lots of stripe inspiration for you today, plus what styles pop up in my head, what I would pair with these types of fabric. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing, and today I have a stripey video for you. A few weeks ago I uploaded a pretty labor-intensive video that was all about the best and the worst style to sew with stripy fabric. I went through lots of examples, some that I've made, some that I haven't. You know, you'll find pants, jackets, skirts, all sorts of styles there shown, and I detailed why I would or wouldn't use stripy fabrics, and not all stripe fabrics are the same. So have a look at that video. I have made a special stripe playlist here on the channel so you can see everything about stripes. I also have practical videos about how to match them, whether you're sewing horizontal stripes or sewing vertical stripes. So there's a lot about stripes here on the channel if you like them, but I have been collecting quite a little bit, more wovens than knit. I have a little pile here of some cotton shirting fabric, really nice. They're all different, they're pretty lightweight. I wouldn't sew any bottoms with these types of fabrics just because they're so lightweight, and most of them have a sort of lighter color background, so I would have a really hard time not finding that I'm a bit exposed if I use them for my lower half. Just my idea. So this is one of them. I got this one because of the burgundy. You can see the background is a beige color, and it's got some specks. You can see the fibers through there. I really love that. And then the other colors are a dark gray, a beige. I usually like striped fabrics that are not that neat, so these are not the same distance between them. It could be a pro or a con because it's just harder to match them sometimes if you want them to make any sense, but then sometimes they don't have to match because they just don't make sense. I have the same exact fabric in another colorway. This one has the same beige background, same beige type of stripe, and then two tones of blue, some navy and some other type of blue. I think they're really pretty. They're so soft. These are 100% cotton, super good quality cottons that I found here in Brazil. I do need to do this disclaimer when I do fabric videos. All of these fabrics are bought here in Brazil. I can't link to them, you can't buy them. These shops don't sell things overseas, internationally. So whatever you see here, just take as inspiration. Look for things similar to where you live in. I always do get a flood of questions asking me where I buy them, can I link them? I can't. These are real shops here in Brazil locally to me, so you really can't get the fabrics that I get. It's just the way it is because I live over here. This is a more classic one that would work for menswear as well. Shirting fabric can work for anyone. This one has an off-white background with the blue stripes and a really thin black stripe in the middle. I really can't see anything other than a shirt with this fabric. It's so soft, so beautiful. It's that color on the other side, so it hasn't been weaved in that stripe. The stripe has been printed on, but the base is 100% cotton, and it's just it's beautiful, super nice on the skin. And I always make sure I touch cotton because there's different qualities. This is really finely woven. It is a lightweight material. It's quite densely woven as well, so that's the type of fabric I'm looking for rather than the really heavy type. This one has a blue background with thinner white stripes. Now this one is different because it's the same on the right side and the wrong side. That means the fabric has been weaved like that. So that's nice. Now, I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick up a tiny speck of lurex, which is a type of metallic thread in silver. I wouldn't make my dad a shirt in this, of course, or my son because of that lurex thread. But it's so beautiful, it's so soft, so precious. And then the last shirting fabric I have here is this one. This is a beige background, and you can see the types of stripes in there that are like black and darker brown. So beautiful. This has also been printed on the cotton because on the other side it's just the light color. I could see a shirt over some brown trousers or some jeans in a darker wash. I just love all of these. There's a shirt pattern I would use for all of these. That is the Gilbert from Helen's Closet, and I like that one because it's got a camp collar, and then it's got a regular type of shoulder with a regular setting sleeve. It's got different sleeve options and lengths. You can do a tie front or you can just make it normal length, and it's got a straight hem. It doesn't look curved. That's one that's going to work nicely with structured fabrics in my opinion. It would also work well with drapey fabric. You know, these cotton fabrics, they don't drape, but they're not drapey fabric. Even though these are lightweight, you know, there's just no drape. It just sort of falls the way you leave it. With all of these, I wouldn't choose styles that have flounces or ruffles or any gathered areas or really voluminous types of styles. So yeah, I just keep that in mind. Another pattern that's a favorite of mine is the Aria from Love Notions. Works beautiful with a cotton. I do have one version in a cotton lawn with a print, really, really beautiful. Even though it's a structured fabric, the design doesn't need the structure there, so that's nice. Same as the Melody Dolman from Love Notions. That one has a camp collar similar to the Gilbert from Helen's Closet, but it has a dolman type of sleeve there. So with these fabrics that are lightweight and really soft, I think the dolman sleeve is okay. With other fabrics that are a little heavier and more structured, I think the dolman sleeve can get a little uncomfortable because you don't have an actual sleeve. It's just an extension of the front and the back. You get a bit of excess fabric there. But for these that I've just shown you here, those three patterns are perfect. The Aria and the Melody, I've made them a billion times. I'm excited to try the Gilbert because I do like that this one has a camp collar that I really enjoy, but it has actual typical sleeve and not the dolman sleeve like the Melody. There are a billion other shirt patterns out there. Those just come to mind. I didn't actually make a list pairing each fabric to a different pattern. I think that gets really overwhelming for me sometimes. When I look at these, some patterns come to mind and you get the general idea that these would be shirts, these would not be pants, these would not be shorts or skirts. I don't think I'd like them as shirt dresses either. I think I'd rather have something drapier for a shirt dress. So shirts, sleeveless or with sleeves, I'd be happy. I've seen some clothes ready to wear that have this fabric, but I've never been able to buy it yardage. Like I've never seen it in any shop, physically or online here in Brazil, and that is Sisaka. And there are different qualities. There's some that are made out of polyester. I can tell. I look in the shops. I'm always looking at the fabrics in clothes in the shop. But I'm really interested in the 100% cotton one because it just feels so much nicer and it just is going to last so much longer. Let me show you a sneak peek of one leftover. I thrifted this shirt out of this Sisaka, white and blue, really classic. I've been looking for this type of stripe for ages. I think it's a style that's super, super classic that you could have worn in the 70s, in the 80s, the 90s, like forever, right? I just couldn't find the right fabric. And I like thrifting. I like looking for pre-loved things. And I'd found a shirt about one size larger than what I use. And this is what I have left over. You'll see a shirt made in this fabric super soon. I thought I'd give you a sneak peek. I'm so excited about it because I'd wanted something like this for such a long time. The next few fabrics are another type of fabric composition and they're a little heavier. I would say medium to heavyweight. Well, medium, let's say medium. And these are cotton rayon blends. These have been woven into stripes, so they are pretty much the same on the wrong and the right side. It's hard to choose. Some of them have already been pre-washed, so you're going to see the texture. This fabric does shrink quite a bit when you wash it because of the rayon. One, it's got a nice white type of background of white with the stripes right there. Again, they're not really clean stripes. I don't have much of this one, but I know I want to make a shirt with it. I want to make a shirt that has an actual setting sleeve just because it's a heavier fabric. As I mentioned, I think a dolman sleeve on a heavier fabric like this could get a little uncomfortable. So the Aria, the Gilbert, those would be really nice. There's also a new pattern I've been looking at from Friday Pattern Company called Donny. I think they released it like a month or two ago. It doesn't have the button placket, but it does have like a camp collar on the center right there. I think that's really cool. It's got a yoke. It's a little boxy, a little short. I would just make it a little longer, maybe add a few dots. Give it some shaping. I love the camp collar look without having the actual buttons of a shirt, and I think that could be a really different style to just pull on over your head but still have all that structure there. I think a stripe like this would be super nice and I could just wear it for a long time. I recently bought myself some white jeans. I think this would look really good over white jeans or black pants or any color really. And this is a similar one. It's the same type of fabric, also being washed already. You can see the right side of the fabric and the wrong side. They're basically the same gray background. I guess that depends on how you look at it. Some people might say this is a black, but I see it like a gray. It's not black. What I would like to make, and that's why I got so much, pull-up wide leg pants. I think those would look really nice. I think this is a good bottom weight fabric and it wouldn't be transparent, that sort of thing. It's really soft. It does have some drape because of the rayon. You can see it's not super stiff. So I think wide leg pants would look amazing with this. I'm not naming a pattern for pull-up wide leg pants. I'll get that done. That should be easy. This one hasn't been washed yet. This is so beautiful. Look at this. These are wider stripes. Really striking. It's like a gray with a navy. So beautiful. It's so soft. Friday Pattern Company has a blazer called Heather, which is pretty simple. It doesn't have much shaping. It does have the nice collar, lapel and everything. And I think that would be really good. It would be really simple with this one. I think it would be quite striking to wear just over something really simple like jeans and a white t-shirt, and then this would dress the whole outfit up. Cotton rayon blend. It feels amazing, it's super soft, and it would be amazing to have a jacket in this fabric. I would not like to have pants because I find the stripes too wide. And the way that you sew pants, if you have really wide stripes, it could really end up highlighting the crotch in the worst way. So I try to not sew pants with really thick stripes. I prefer stripes that are more thin and with colors that aren't too contrasting between them, like these. But yeah, a blazer would be amazing. The next couple of fabrics are linen 55%, rayon 45%. They're all the same composition, just different types of stripes. The next one was a bit of a fail for me because I bought it online. On the photo I saw online, I saw these as a darker, like a burgundy. I hope you can see the colors right here. They're quite pink. They're much lighter than what I was expecting on the photo. This color here looked quite dark, quite burgundy, which is a color that I like. So when I got the fabric, I was like, oh no, I was a bit shocked. I don't have much. I just got 1 meter. I don't know, something my gut told me not to get that much, so I just got a meter. I'm going to wash it, I'm going to pre-treat it, all of that, and I'm going to take it with me when I go and see my parents at the end of the year, because I think a really cute dungaree would be so nice for one of my nieces. I just don't wear this type of pink. If I wear pink, it's going to be more of a stronger pink. But this type of pink, yeah, it's just not for me. But I think for a little girl would be amazing. A little bit of a fail, but it's got a nice purpose, and I can just see a really cute dungaree with this one. This one is so nice. It's so soft. It's white background with black stripes. Again, the stripes are in different widths. I'm torn between making pants out of this or just a shirt. I'd probably end up making a shirt. Yeah, pants are hard for me to wear in white, especially with this type of fabric that has the potential of being a little bit sheer. So I would keep it up here, wear something underneath. A little jacket type shirt would always be nice with this type of fabric, and I could just wear it forever and just really enjoy it. Now the next one I would call a creative type of stripe, because look, it's the same type of fabric, but it's got stripes like that, but in between them, there's little tiny horizontal stripes as well. But the most predominant print is vertical, and I think a jacket would look amazing in this too. What comes to mind is the coda from Love Notions. I've made the coda twice. I think that's a jacket that could be the base for many things. I made one in a wool suiting that turned out looking a bit Chanel-esque, and another one with a sort of quilted looking cotton. So I think one in a linen would be really nice, and I would just add different details. I've already got the fit down, it's easy to sew. And yeah, I think that would be a nice one for this fabric. It would be a pretty striking jacket. And with black and white, I think, you know, I can have so many ways to wear it with colorful things underneath. You know what other thing I'd make with this one, other than the jacket? I don't have that much yardage, so I'd have to choose. There's a really cool skirt by Choke and Notch that I wanted to make for a pretty long time. It's called Evelyn. And I'll show you some line out here. There's a short version mini. I'm not interested in that one. I'm interested in the longer one that has the slit buttons there. Love that. I think that slit is so different and so unique. I'd love to make that with this one. It would be a really good skirt that would take me a long way. This is a nice structured fabric for all those design features there. And then I could just pair it with solid tops in other colors, and it would be a really great skirt. So yeah, options. I love this. I wish I'd bought more. As usual, when I buy things online, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to get. And then when I look to see if they have any more, it's usually sold out. But yeah, it'll be something nice. I really love this one. And then this is the last woven. Now you've seen this already made up in a Santorini top from each. I loved it so much. I got so much yardage from this fabric, and it's got 3 colors. I love the stripes here, love it so much. And I don't really care if I make several garments in the same, because I just think it's so nice. This one particularly is really soft. It's got more drape. I feel it's much softer when it came out of the wash than other fabrics. So I think this would look amazing in some type of pull-up short that's not fitted. A pull-up pant as well would be really good. A shirt dress. Oh my gosh, I would make so many things with this fabric. We'll see another thing made up with this fabric in the next video, so stay tuned. So those are all my woven fabrics with stripes. As you can see, I have a lot of fabric types that are missing. Like, I don't have any rayon, I don't have any denim, I don't have any chiffon or some crepes or silks. I just don't have them. I'm always out looking for stripes, and I usually can't find stripes in those types of fabrics. These are the ones I found, and I'm really happy I found them. Different styles, and I'm excited to get those sewn up. I'm just really liking stripes at the moment. Next, I have some knit fabrics. They're all in different types of fabrics. They're not all the same. Some are heavier, some are lighter. Not many of them at all. This is one of them. This is a sweater knit. I got this quite a few years ago, and it's been sitting in there for such a long time. It's really soft, it's really stretchy, as you can see. But then vertically, it just has the give. It doesn't have so much stretch like it has horizontally. That's why I wouldn't be happy to just turn this fabric around and use it with the stripes going vertically like this, because I'd basically lose all the stretch. What comes to mind and is always fresh in my mind is a Sweet Cheek sweater from Pattern Emporium. I have one of these that I wear all the time. Like, I have it on repeat, a houndstooth one. Very oversized, very loose. You don't need that much vertical ease for that one at all. So that would be perfect for this. And I just have to wear the stripes horizontal, which I think is okay with this type of stripe. I'd be okay having to wear these stripes as they are, because that's how they are, and I should have thought about that when I bought the fabric. It would just have to be horizontal. The next one is super interesting because it's a knit, and up close you'll see that it looks like a boucle. It's got some lurex thread in there as well, and when I bought this online, they sold it to me like it was stretchy knit material. This is the selvage right here along there, so you'd think that the stretch goes across. Nope, it's got barely any stretch at all. It's all going across, so I'd have to swap the fabric around to get the stretch like this, and then I would get the boucle going up and down, which is fine. I just wouldn't have any stretch going down vertically. I'm not exactly sure what I would make with this. I know I would make some type of topper, some type of jacket, maybe with a zipper. I would be confident to sew a zipper in there because the vertical stretch is so little. I would interface that area as well to fully suppress that stretch going down. And just a nice jacket, something really simple would be okay. I think this would look really nice with jeans, dressing it down, or just putting on a skirt and dressing it up. Pretty striking fabric. It's just really weird. It wasn't what I expected, but it's pretty to look at. This one I've had for years and years. It's an athletic knit. This one has the same type of stretch going horizontal and vertical, so I'd be happy to sew it going vertical. I'm not sure what I would make with this. I've been struggling for years and years to find out what to make with this. I don't know. I know I would not make leggings out of this. I would consider making a jacket out of this. Maybe a Metra blazer would be really nice from Love Notions. Yeah, I think this would be a really nice Metra blazer. Be a little hard to work with. I'd have to do the hems by hand. I wouldn't do the pockets. I think the lapels would be super striking with the stripes. So let's see if this gets made at some point, because I kid you not, I've had this fabric since 2018, since the year I got to Brazil. I should be making it, you know. I like it, it's nice. I just have a hard time figuring out what to do with it because it's white. Basically, it's so hard for me to sew white. I have this black fabric with really thin white stripes, and I love it. It's got amazing stretch horizontally and vertically. It's a really good bottom weight fabric, and I know exactly what I would make with this. Recently, I made a few long skirts from Pattern Emporium, Slay or Day skirt. When I was choosing my fabrics back then, I was really torn and I didn't know what fabrics to choose, and I ended up choosing the ones I did, which I love. But this sort of came third place, and I never got around to making it. But I know this would be an amazing long skirt that's fitted with a long type of split situation in the center or the side. Yeah, it's amazing. I'd love to have a skirt like this, and I think 100% I'm decided to make a really long skirt with this one. It feels like a polyamide with rayon and spandex. That's what it feels like to me. This is a rayon spandex. Pretty lightweight. It's got big humongous stripes. Now this, let me show you up close, because the background, it just looks like it's beige, right? I hope the camera can pick up. It looks like it's woven, like it's some type of linen. Like that is printed onto the fabric. This is just rayon spandex. So all of that was printed on, and I think it looks really cool. And when I got it, I already knew what I wanted from it. And I've got one of these right here. This is a title from Love Notions. And it's super interesting because I'll show you pictures. It's got these princess seams that sort of involve the back as well. So I've placed the back on the bias. So I have a dress from the title in a print where you can't really see those design lines or how it fits. It just looks like a fit and flare dress. And I've got so much yardage here that I'd like to make a title dress. I think it would look really striking with the stripes on the bias on the back coming forward over here. Really cool. Now, I'm not buying much rayon spandex. I only buy one when I really like it. And it's because it's a fabric that doesn't last that long. So you put in an effort of sewing something, and of course I'm going to wear it and wash it and wear it and wash it. I found, at least for me, these items don't last more than 2 seasons maybe, just because the fabric is, oops. So when these items start getting faded and just looking not that nice, it's not that I get rid of them, they just end up being pajamas. So all of my older rayon spandex clothes end up being my pajamas. I do give them a really long life, it's just that they don't look good for such a long time. So I'm not buying that much rayon spandex like I used to in the past. I was always just drawn in by the prints, you know, but this one really drew me in. I think it's nice, and it's gonna be a nice title dress that I'll have for about 2 years, and then it'll be a title pajama. Those are all my stripes. I don't have any more. I'm always on the lookout. I'm always thinking about how I can sew them creatively. I think it's a really nice print. If you're geared more into solids, I think if you want to try a print, I think a stripe can be a nice way to just ease yourself into prints without them being flowers or other things, you know. I'm happy I have this little collection. Make sure to check out the stripey playlist here so you can get a lot of information, and keep your eyes open for the next video because you'll see some stripey garments made up and a lot more. So I'll see you then. Bye.